Tell us what is going on. Are we already paying a carbon tax by stealth?
Well, hi, James. We're paying a carbon tax in the form of subsidies we're handing over to the renewable energy industry at the moment. But I think it's fair to say the Albanese government would like a debate over a carbon tax about as much as a hole in the head. But this is a proposal that has been put by an individual to the rule-making body of the electricity sector, saying that there should be consideration of putting a carbon tax into the electricity market. Of course, it's all geared towards raising funds that can then be handed on to renewable energy and to penalise fossil fuel producers to make them shoulder the bill. But it's not something that has to be accepted by the rule maker, and I think they'll be thinking long and hard before they put it into the political arena.
Yeah, and I suspect, considering the way the economy may be going between now and the next election, I think Labour would want to run a million miles from this. But they are still on the hook for other things, including their renewables fantasy, which is facing even more obstacles. Today, there was a report in the ABC that found Kentbrook Green Energy Hub has passed a planning hurdle, but there's a report that highlights huge environmental concerns around what this might wind up doing to marine life. This is an offshore wind farm, coastal ecosystems, all the like. And again, we have this case of regional communities feeling that their concerns are being ignored. Tell us about this project on the Victorian coast. I thought these things couldn't find any financing and that they were going under, but apparently not.
Well, that's right. This one's really in wetlands near the coast, and the concern is that it will threaten some bird population and sort of Ramsar listed wetland areas. But it's another case of well, look, climate change trumps everything, so you have to kill the environment to save it. If you were looking for places to site these industrial facilities, fragile ecosystems and wetlands are probably the last place you would have a look.
Well, yeah, and meanwhile, there's other problems with these wind turbines because over in Victoria, under proposed laws, farmers could be prevented from building buildings on their own land if it's going to be too close to a wind turbine on their neighbor's joint. This is just an unbelievable abrogation of property rights, isn't it?
Well, this has been a huge concern for the whole area for a long time. The fact is that wind farm developments cover a huge area of land. They're often put on host farms at the furthest boundary, which puts them closer to the neighbour. And what they're saying here is the neighbour is not allowed to build anything that might be interfered with by wind turbines that are on a neighbouring property. It's really scandalous for people who find that the neighbour's getting the money and they're getting all the harm.